In times of past, many would have considered me a nerd. I was the kid who would play Nintendo games. I played trumpet in high school, and I loved computers and anime. Greg, where are you going with this, dude? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm here to explain to you that my nerdy ways are no more. No more are the days where I toil in front of the TV, watching Evangelion with ice cream all over my fat gut. I have graduated to the next plane of existence. To put it simply, I'm a car guy now. Now you might be surprised to hear this. I was too when I came into the realization. I had never thought I would be gawking over broken down cars, crying loudly as I scrolled through Facebook Marketplace, looking at cars I could never afford. Unless you subscribe. Now what caused such an upheaval in my personal hobbies? To be honest, I really don't know. I got my license in July of 2025, and since then I just kind of fell down that rabbit hole myself. You know, I bought myself a vehicle, and then I started learning how to do maintenance on it because, you know, we're all broke out here. You know, I started learning to do things like oil changes, tire rotations, things like that. Those little things just kind of awakened something in me. I kind of think that scratched that part of my brain that also kind of got me into like making computers and building them, because it appealed to my desire to tinker and make stuff. Now you're probably sitting here thinking to yourself, Greg, you're yapping all this talk, but what kind of car do you even drive? Well, fear not, for it is not a car, but a pickup truck. And not only a pickup truck, but the best damn pickup truck ever to be conceived by a mere mortal. A Ford fucking Ranger. This puppy houses a 4.0 single overhead camshaft V6 engine, and this thing has not died on me yet, except for the inconsistent ticking the engine makes sometimes, the suspension that is screaming for help 24/7, and the brake lines that randomly decide to explode when I go to the grocery store. Other than that, I absolutely love this thing. I will run it to the ground until I cannot anymore, and then I will give it a very sophisticated send-off by swapping another motor and transmission into it so I can run those into the ground as well. If you couldn't tell, my truck is an absolute perfect specimen, unlike another car that I've worked with. This is my girlfriend, and this is her car. My girlfriend's car is cursed. Cursed, I tell you. Since day one, this thing has had something wrong with it. The day we bought it, which I believe was about 3 or 4 years ago, this thing has had a new front suspension, front brakes, a radiator, TPM sensors, alternator, starter motor, and ECU. And that's what I can come up with the top of my head. And as we were recording this, her engine was actively misfiring, so we put new spark plugs in it too. Fun little fact, the day that we were moving out of our apartment, her alternator burnt up and we had to go back to the apartment so we could put a new alternator in it. And you can see that now today on Google Maps. This thing has way too many issues for its own good. And it has so many issues that I'm going to now stop talking about it. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Greg, you seem to enjoy tinkering and wrenching on cars. Have you ever considered being a mechanic? And that would be a very good question. And the answer is no. I enjoy working on cars, don't get me wrong. I find a lot of satisfaction in diagnosing a problem, fixing it, and then sending the fully working car back to under the road. But I fear that if I get into this kind of career, where I'm fixing cars 5 days a week, I would fall out of love with it. There's a lot of factors that mechanics have to work with. Not to mention the under average pay, the ridiculous price of tools nowadays, and the fact that some cars are just not fun to work on because the engineers are morons. These are a lot of things that I have considered and made me realize that no, I cannot be a mechanic. I can just be a car guy. Because to me, this is a hobby. This is not a job. Just like all the other hobbies I have, like making videos or building computers. They're just hobbies. You know, they're not something that I can dedicate to 24/7. Unless you subscribe. Okay, it is time to get into a lightning round of topics because I want this video to end soon. My current dream car that I would own or drive around is a 1965 Mustang. Yeah, I'll admit, I'm kind of a Ford guy, but don't blame me. Everyone I grew up around were Ford guys, so you know, I'm a Ford guy now. That being said, if I could own a garage to collect cars, not only would I put that Mustang in there, but the personal roundup of cars I would put in are my Ranger, a 1999 Toyota 4Runner, a 10th gen Ford F-150, a 1995 Monte Carlo, and some kind of Rolls Royce just to get some money appeal in there. If I were to go back and make a decision about cars, I would stop at the touchscreens. They should never, ever, ever be in a car. They're too distracting for stupid people on the road, and Apple CarPlay is honestly overhyped. The only useful thing that came out of those screens were the backup cameras, and even then, those are just crutches for poor drivers. This one's going to be more truck-oriented, but if you have a lifted truck and you ain't off-roading or you ain't towing anything that is particularly useful for your lifted truck, I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, but you're a fucking turd. That's all I'm going to elaborate on that one. And God forbid you even squat that fucking truck, I swear to God. Alright, that's all I can get off the top of my head, but there's gotta be something in here that I can complain about for the next, couple minutes? Let's see here. Here we go. This one is going to be a little controversial, but I'm going to be saying it in the nicest way as I fucking can. Old people are the worst at driving. There is no reason that we are going 40 and a 55. I am trying to go to work, and you're out here on a fucking Sunday stroll at 9 in the morning to go do God knows what. They should make a law that requires you take the driving test again at a certain age. Because some of these people, it really shows that they kind of freaking need it. Some of these people's brains have just turned to mush after they retired. And I'm so tired of going 35 and a 55 behind them. Like these, I just cannot stand driving with older people. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. But you guys are the worst drivers. And I literally want to fucking kill myself every time they get behind the goddamn wheel. Hey, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. This is the section where I thank my one patron, my brother Joe, for giving me $20 every month. If you want to be seen on this banner or get some access to some future perks, maybe in the future, like I said, maybe in the future, feel free. You don't have to though, because I'm not like a big time thing, you know what I mean? All right, see ya.